Good morning. I've been at the Bunnings and I bought a blood orange and a mandarin tree. There's actually two trees there. So these are going to be going into the boomerang bed. And this is how I'm going to plant them. My sister bought me this lemon tree last year and it's literally doubled in size. So my two new trees will be going, I think, over here. I'm going to rip out these horrible bushes. I'm going to put one over here, probably the orange tree because it gets quite big, and the other one I'll pull this thing out mainly because I don't like the bigger variety of these Gora. I like the little pink ones, the smaller variety, and they have pink foliage and they have pink, well, they have sort of maroon foliage and pink flowers, and they're much nicer. But these things I'm sick of, so because the weeds get into them, like here. This is what it ends up looking like. And this will be coming out, and I think I'll put the mandarin tree on this side in pots, but I take the base out of the pot so the roots can grow into the soil, but they're not sitting in the water because we get a lot of rain here. Okay, I'm going to pause this for a moment, and my little herb bed is still growing. I know the herbs are going to get too big for this little bed, but for now it's kind of pretty, and I'll be putting each herb into its own pot, but not yet. Well, it's finally happening. This is bed 4, and it has wheat mat on the base, and then we got hold of some really thick cardboard from our local electrical store where they sell fridges and TVs and such. And my husband prepared the base yesterday, and then they started to throw the soil on. But this bed is going to become my rose bed, rose and possibly peony. I've ordered 12 tea roses, I think they're called tea roses, to go in here, all along the back, and then down the front area we'll find other things to put in there. And my citrus trees out here, they're doing okay, but they're just not doing as well as they could. Anyway, I'm not going to rip them out. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them out here, various ones. This year they're actually doing a little bit better. Well, this is the mound of soil that we ordered. I think it was 15 square meters, and I think we're going to have plenty. So I'll be topping up the bed over there, number 1 bed, and maybe filling up a few pots because I've got a couple of things that I want to put into pots. So I'll grab a bit of the soil and fill the pots for later on, for when to have it ready for when I get some cuttings and put them in. So this is bed number 2. We call them 1, 2, 3 and 4. So that way my husband knows which one I'm talking about. Anyway, this one's full of the dahlias on either side. 2 rows, and there's the other row. And in the middle, ranunculus. And the ones that you can see were left in from last season. I tried to get them all out, but I couldn't find a lot of them. And they're doing really well. So I will not be ripping out the ranunculus again. That's a lot of work. take them out, clean them up, store them and put them back. So I'm not really strapped for space at the moment, so these can just stay in this bed, and I've got plenty of room in the other beds to mess about. Well, I've decided what I'm going to do with this bed. I'm going to take out all these little dahlia self-seeded plants. These ones are the dahlias, and I'll put them into the pots that I was talking about earlier. Not all of them, because there's too many. I'll probably throw some out. And the carnations that are self-seeding everywhere, these spiky things, there's quite a few. I'm going to put them in a row, take them out and transplant them in a nice row, probably down the middle here, so they can grow nicely, hopefully. And these ones, which I can never remember the name of, oh, what are they called? Can't remember. Penstemon. There we go. Turn the camera on and the brain goes dead. Anyway, I'll come out later and I'll cut these back. So, I mean, they are flowering nicely at the moment, but they need to be cut back, so I'll do that, and hopefully I'll get a nice display. I don't use these for anything other than my enjoyment, and I love seeing the colour. So that's what will be happening in my garden at the moment. So this was my first attempt at growing dahlias. They're all asleep now. I don't pull them out because they're in a raised bed, and these have been in for, I think, 2 seasons, and they come back. But I need to top the bed up, so I'll be pinching some of that soil and top up this area here. And over here we have the cosmos area, and the cosmos, you just can't get rid of them once they're in. So anyway, I'll just let them grow in this spot. Okie dokie. My little purple foliaged wattle tree is doing really well. So it's it can grow here. It'll probably shade this corner of the bed, but that's okay. I'll put shade plants in there. At the moment I shoved a few potatoes in. It's not really the right time of the year, but I thought, stick them in, see what happens. And this bed here will probably stay a potato bed, and then further along, I'm not too sure what I'll put up there. Probably what are they called? Perennials, some perennial type foliage plants. So I'm very happy with my little wattle tree, and I hope it keeps on growing. And what I have over here is not the compost bin, this one. In there I put all sorts of flowers, any flower that I cut, doesn't matter what they are, I shove them in that bin with water and eggshell. And then I've got a tap where I can take a small amount out because it's very potent, and you put it into a watering can, top it up with water, I think it's 1 to 30, and put that over your flowers as they're growing, as a what would you call it, a feeder to feed them. Apparently this is a very good way to do it. So anyway, it's a beautiful morning. The sun's just poking up. It's very nice. I've been up since, I don't know, 5:30. My voice is not behaving itself. Anyway, I'm going to go in for some breakfast and coffee, and I hope you all have a very lovely day. Bye.